United won, Ipswich won. Or should I say it the other way around, really? Ipswich won, United won. The truth is this. Ipswich should have won that game 4-1 or something like that. Should have been 4-1. Like, I keep saying, obviously, I said that Amorim coming to United and then playing Ipswich away was a lose-lose game. And the reason why I said that it was a lose-lose was because if you beat Ipswich, it's, oh, you should have beaten Ipswich. If you lose to Ipswich, it's, oh, you lost to Ipswich. Like, if you draw with Ipswich, it's, oh, you drew with Ipswich. Like, it was a lose-lose for Amorim. Like, I always thought that it would have been a lot better if he had one of the top teams, like a Liverpool or an Arsenal or a City. Because if you had one of those games, you can say, oh, yeah, we're implementing a style of play. He's just come here and he lost to a top team. So the result is not so much of a big deal. If he beats one of those top teams, it's like, look at him already. He's already beaten one of the top teams. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Ipswich is a lose-lose. And I feel like it's even worse because they got outplayed today. They got absolutely, like, first minute, they go and score. Rashford scores and it's all like, yeah, this is brilliant. Amorim he just kept it quiet and it's just all looking great. As soon as they scored for the 85 minutes, I don't remember Man United even making a chance. Like, I think Amorim will look at that game and feel like, one, he will feel like, oh, like, I think he knows the Premier League is a rough and tough league. But I feel like he'll look at that and think, this is tough, because that is just Ipswich away. That's not even Bournemouth away that have beaten Arsenal and City and should have beaten Chelsea. That's not even, let alone the Chelseas and the Arsenals and the Cities and and you know what I mean? It's not even those, Tottenham. Like, even with his team shape, he's got big decisions to make because his players, they require energy and like real tracking back and speed. And he's got this decision is not about who, like, he can find those players. That's not the problem. The problem is what he does with the players that don't have it, like Bruno Fernandes. What are you gonna do with someone like Fernandes? Because when you're playing in one of those 10 positions that he's got playing, Fernandes just doesn't quite have the energy to be. He's got energy, obviously, but he doesn't have the energy to play the Amorim style. I don't think, anyway, that he gets found wanting a little bit, and especially in that game. Or when you got the two in the middle, which today I think it was Casemiro and Ericsson. They've got too much work to do. Like, when I say too much work to do, I mean like as in the space on the pitch. Like, they've got to get here, there, and everywhere all the time. They've got too much work to do. Like, it's a big problem because Amorim plays with speed on the break and to the wings. So he's got a problem because he's going to have to now say, I want to get rid of people like Fernandes, which is a problem, captain of the club, stuff like that. Now, Rashford doesn't hold the ball well enough to be up front. He scored, so he done his job. But I don't know if he holds the ball well enough to be the lone striker. But then again, Amorim has got a few. He didn't even have his centre backs. I mean, Yoro will come in on the right side, I'm assuming, and then Martinez will come in on the left side. I don't think Martinez is that good, but he's better than Evans. And then obviously he'll be able to say, okay, I want to play like Luke Shaw left wing back or Mazraoui right wing back or something like that. He might be able to change it up a bit. But today's game, he will be going in there talking to his coaches thinking, boy, we got lucky today. Like, Anand, the man of the match. Anand is making world-class saves left, right and centre. Like, Ipswich are going to be in the changing room now. The players are going to be thinking, I can't believe we lost that game. We could have had a win against Man United on our record. Not just that, they could have had they could have got 3 points. I think it would have been the first. No, they beat Tottenham. Maybe their second win of the season. Or they're going to be thinking, can't believe we didn't win that game. And I feel like United have got a lot of work to do. He's got time. He's got ages. Like, I'm not with this whole the United fans. That some of the United fans, anyway, not all talking about, yeah, you can win the league in the next year, or we should be getting top 4 this year. I'm not with all of that. Now, you bring a new manager in, you're gonna he needs time. And how much time? I'm not really one of those that says how much time a manager needs. I'm more of the cloth of, let me see progression. If I can see progression and when you get to a certain point, so let's imagine he starts challenging for the title Are you staying at that level and progressing up? I don't want to see you decline. Like when you get up there, I want you to stay there for a good amount of time. I want to believe that you can stay up there for a good amount of time. If that's the case, then I'll be like, yeah, you're doing your job. I'm not going to be one like, oh yeah, he has to be here in a year, or he has to be here in this time. I'm not one of them. I know United fans are going to be thinking like he has to win the Europa League and we need to be challenging top 4 right now and all that type of stuff. But I don't think so, man. I don't think so. He's got a lot of work to do. And if he didn't know before, he knows now. Because even when Rude was in and he was winning, I think Rude won 3 in a row. So Rude winning 3 in a row, Amarim's coming in after that, and it's just like, do you know what I mean? Like he didn't need Rude to be winning 3 in a row before he comes in, because it's like just Rude Van Nistelrooy just waiting for Amarim to not have a good period. So already he's got Ipswich away on his record and he hasn't won. So then the next game will be Everton at home. If you don't win that game, you're going into Arsenal away. You haven't won your first 2 league games. Like that's the reality of the situation. Like me, I'm more of the thing of managers need time and to get to get everything working. So that's what my thing is. But he would have learned today. He would have learned today that yeah, this ain't gonna be an easy game. It's all well and good, like coming in with your idea and changing it up and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna be easy, man. Like Ipswich should have been 4-1 up, man. Delap missed 2 golden chances, like all over them. It's not even just about like missing chances. People miss chances, but it's about the fact that you got outplayed for the whole game. Ipswich outplayed Man United for the whole game. Like that is probably more concerning. He's probably looking at it thinking, whoa, because there's no way he's gonna go back to the training ground. He's gonna feel like something has to change dramatically. Because I don't know if he's gonna carry on with his style, but I don't know if he's gonna play the same team again. If he does, he's brave. Because obviously Everton's a completely different game, because Everton's going to sit back and Man United are at home. But then if you go to Arsenal away, you got a chance to sit back. So it's like, okay, it suits the counter game. But getting outplayed by Ipswich is not a good. That's not ideal, man. It's not ideal. But like I say, give him time, because he's a top manager, and I feel like he's been brilliant so far with with the the media. I feel like that's another thing that people forget that he's got to deal with is the media. Like every game that you don't win, that you're supposed to have won, it's gonna be like Amarim hasn't won and be everywhere. He might just not be online. I don't know what type of man he is, but the players will be knowing what everyone's saying, or we got outplayed by Ipswich, and everyone will know these things. So it's like that's another thing that he's got to deal with, which is the pressure of being a Man United manager. I think a lot of managers fail based on the media in the country, because you got to be like, you got to handle that media fanfare, man, and the online, like what we're doing, all the streams and all of that as well. Every game, United fans, they expect to win, period, especially Ipswich away. The Man United fans have known, they've seen the glory of glory. So they expect the best of the best. So that's what Amarim's going to have to deal with. It's all well and good taking a team in Portugal to compete with teams that are not at the like to compete with teams that are expected to beat you, but now you're taking charge of a team that's expected to win everything. Completely different expectations. I feel like he's one of them managers that he accepts that pressure, because even when he's in his interview before, he said, "I'm where I'm meant to be." So I'm like, you know what, I can respect that. But saying you're meant to be where you're meant to be and actually proving you're meant to be there is 2 different things. 2 different things. And today they got slaughtered. Today was a bad game for United. Like he might see it as, oh yeah, we didn't lose though. So I don't know how he's gonna be seeing it. But I mean, to get slaughtered by Ipswich like that is it's not a great start. It's not a great start. He's gonna have time. He needs like at least a good couple of seasons just to get his way, to me. So depends on what people expect, innit? Me, I don't expect him to challenge for the title in the next couple of years. I expect him to just implement his style, get the players he wants in, show progression, and then it's like, okay, now let's see what you can do. But if they're expecting him to get top 4 this season and challenge for the title in the next 2 seasons and stuff like that, I'm not sure. And if he does do it, then he's just a brilliant manager, and it's the right signing. You know what I'm saying? It's the right appointment. But yeah, today showed more about Ipswich than it did about United, to be honest. Ipswich are going to come away from that kicking themselves, man. They should have won that game 4, maybe even 5-1. So yeah, big up to Ipswich, man. They done their thing today. But yeah, United, yeah, a lot of work to do. But doesn't mean that when they come to the Emirates, they're not gonna put on a performance, because we always struggle with United, always. So I don't really want to be playing United now, to be honest with you. I'd rather have played them already. I don't really. It's not a game I really want to be playing, because it can click. But it is what it is, man. Ipswich, big up yourselves, man, because you lot done what you had to do today. Just didn't get the result, but you done what you had to do. But yeah, for United, a lot of work to do.